Hello, everybody. I am back with a wacky when you. Don't be just talking, y'all. We talking whatever the wind blows. We'll talk about it. But I do have a couple of things I want to talk about. But if y'all are the replay game, remember you. I wait about 2 minutes and I start talking. Yeah, just give it about 2 minutes. Sometimes people come through, sometimes they don't, but it is what it is. I appreciate everybody who watched the replay game, the replay. I don't want to say game, but replay. I really appreciate y'all, and I appreciate the ones that hits the view. Thank y'all so much. I don't understand. I know it's slow, but it's a process. I have to be able to appreciate the small numbers before I get the big numbers. That's one thing I have to be thankful for is the little numbers. You gotta grow somewhere. You gotta walk. You gotta crawl before you walk. You have to know how to talk to people. You have to be a little bit more comfortable because right now, if I ever had big numbers, like even though some people might not think it's big numbers, but if I ever had like over 100 in my life, I probably would freeze up because I see 100. I probably would freeze up more than anything. Hello, how you doing? I hope y'all are doing well, but today, see, I need to get off of. No, I won't stop watching him. Okay, he's not my competitor. But when I tell y'all, I feel not like infatuated with him, but I feel in love with this person, not like a weird way, but I fell in love with this person just to hear him talk and his understanding is Trey King. If he is married, I'm not trying to jump on that, but I'm just talking about the way that he engaged with the people and just get to the point. I'm like, oh my gosh, I want to be just like that. But it'll take time because if I look at some of his older videos, he probably was like, he probably like me a little bit. But I'm doing well. I cannot complain. Can't complain at all. But I don't know if y'all know or y'all remember that Rachel Dawes lady. She was a president. She was a chapter president for the NAACP. Okay. Later on, it came out that she was a white woman, but she allowed them, they, and there to run. Okay. She the one that allow people to be like, I'm an alien to run. Like she the one that, crawl so these other people can run. The aliens, octopuses, you know, even though we know they're human, who whatever they want to be, they can be because Rachel, okay? So they said that she had a only fan and it's like 9.99. You know what? Times must be hard. Like I don't see it because I'm very content with I must be content with what I'm doing every day. Like I'm content with paying 350 for gas. I'm content with that right now in my life. So I'm content with the prices of life going up. I'm very content, but for her, yes, it is. She has a only fan. And I'm like, wow, life must be hard. Like, I'm juggling two jobs. I don't see it. I see it, but I don't see it. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm assuming that she has access to, and be honest with you, even though she resigned from NAACP, I feel like people still like her. You get what I'm saying? Like, people on both sides probably still like her. And there's no reason why you're having an OnlyFans. Like, I would never expect that's like Jesse Jackson. Like, I ain't gonna lie. I would love to see Jesse Jackson in an OnlyFans. Like, I would love to see his price. But yeah, I couldn't. Yeah. See, you know what? Thank God, grandparents and their generation did not have YouTube, because I don't think I would have been born. Like, I ain't gonna lie. Thank God my grandparents didn't have TikTok or none of this, because none of us will probably be here. Like, thank God, they was farm hands, and they had to work on, they had to help, you know. Granddad had to work at a factory. Grandma had to work, stay at home with the kids. Hey, Sir Early. Oh, Lisa, I did see you. I didn't speak. I'm sorry about that, darling. Um, trying to do social media is hard. Yes, it is very hard, but you got to be consistent, and I have to find time to be consistent. So, thank God my son has an after school program. He don't have to do sports right now. He is going to do sports, but he has an after school program that he is dedicated to doing Monday through Friday. I know, for the rest of the year. And I'm like, what? I got to do what? But I'm thankful that he gets to experience a different side of life, because his school seems like it is nothing but work, 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 work. So, and he asked to do it. So I'm like, okay, I'll pick you up. You can't miss so many days, and I can't take you out of school so many times. But it is. But Rachel, I'm like, not like flabbergasted. I'm like, why? Hi, Kevin. How you doing? Do. I'm just like, wow. I'm like out of words. Like, this woman, I don't know. I'm out of words. I'm out of words for this young lady. Rachel, I was like listening to him talk about it, and the guy I'm talking about that's heard the story from was Trey King show. Y'all go check him out. You will have a giggle, you will have an eye-opening event when you go click on his channel. I love his channel. Because he has no nonsense. I love it about him. He gets to the point. I would love to learn how to do that. But this is just chit chatting with me right now. So I haven't learned how to work my camera yet. Yeah, she's still representing her blackness. Is she still never lost that tan? Like, you can tell in the picture that she's still trying to portray as a Caucasian, a black woman. And either way, it doesn't. Like I said, she the one that had a fantasy and she stuck with it, and she the one that allowed everybody to run. But so I don't know if anybody else. We finished talking about Rachel. Oh, girl, I was. Ooh, yeah, I don't want to get like hated on. That's because I didn't want to put her in my tab or nothing like that, because I don't know if she got fans out here, and I'm not trying to, mess up my liking on YouTube. But anybody on here that has well, we can talk about her a little bit more. I think she said she had like a black godfather, and like I think her husband divorced her. Like, I guess that David Chappelle, like, she was a nigger lover. She was, yeah, I can say she was definitely a trans race. Yeah, that's a perfect name for her. Trans race. I like that. That's cute. That is cute. You don't have everybody out here being trans race. You don't start a new name. You don't start a riot. But you gonna start a riot. I'm trans race. But I guess her husband was like, she is a nigga lover. David Chappelle. He divorced his wife on that episode. He was a Ku Klux Klan. He divorced his wife because she was a little nigger lover. That was funny. I'm sorry. I love that episode. But you know what? We're jumping, we're having a conversation. But I kind of miss David Chappelle. I miss that comedy from him. I really do. I miss that type of comedy. Mad TV. I miss all that. Like we still have Saturday Night Live, but it's not the same, y'all. It's not the same. Not at all. It's not the same. You know, like I was watching Mad TV, and it was like making fun of like Whitney and Bobby, and they had a couple of them, but this one was like actually funny to me. Like I just, cause it was like, even though Whitney passed away, that would be something that she would represent. Like she talked really fast, she was sweating, but I kind of miss it. I kind of miss people having a sense of humor. And even if it might hurt people's feelings, it was like a sense of humor. I miss that. I miss, watching something. Like I was watching what's that movie? Saddle? Blaze of Saddle. And that movie was like really raunchy. And but it was like funny. Like I could, like somebody was like, I was watching Eddie Murphy Raw, and that was disgusting. Like, but at the time, I still like it. I still think it's funny. I still think all the Eddie Murphys, the Richard, all that's still funny to me. Even though times have changed and it hurts people's feelings, it doesn't matter. It was funny at the time, It was funny at the time, so it is what it is. So the other day I was on my Facebook, and I barely be on Facebook that much. And I'm on this group, and it's the Instacart group. So I do Instacart sometimes. And this lady had a picture of going to Walgreens and getting one of those vibrators, those little fun time vibrators. And I was like, wow, I had one of those orders too. And and I don't understand why would somebody want you to pick those up. I do not understand. Why would somebody want you to pick up their personal fun time toy? And so she was sitting there, was like, the lady would meet me at the door. She was so happy, wrapped up in a towel. And I was like, I was like, oh my gosh, she could not just like put clothes on. You had to really show your face with it. But with my story, it was a man that ordered that. I don't know if he ordered it, but his name was on it, and a man made me hand him the order, right? Yes. And so certain like CVS, Walgreens, they have them in the little, the little spot. You can find it right at the condoms and the pregnancy test. That's up top. So when I went to pick it up the first time, I was like, there was a line at the pharmacy. So for some odd reason, I'm thinking these people are getting their COVID shot, because they're getting their COVID shot. So I'm seeing a bunch of men, and I was like, ooh. So I was like, I need to get to this. So it says push for help. So it was like, someone needs help on aisle 19. Now everybody that's on there, they seen what aisle I was on. So I'm like, Oh my gosh. So they looking at me. I'm like, I need this right here. So they could see what that man picked up. Like he had no shame, so it was no decency. He just gonna pick it up. And it's like, and the man was like cackling. And I was like, oh my gosh, can I please go? Like, let me hurry up. But the funny part about it was it wasn't the vibrator that threw me off. It was the first aid kit right beside it. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm sitting there like going through the store with this vibrator looking for this first aid kit. And they're, if you're looking at me now, now you're looking at me like, what the freak are you doing? What the heck is going on over there? Because the first aid kit, I'm like, lady, did you really need to buy this and this time? So obviously, I'm thinking it's a lady now, and it's actually a man, and he waved at me, and I waved at him. He said, "You're at the right house." I was like, "Come on, dude, come on, stop it now." But that was the most embarrassing time. I would never do that again. Like, you don't really know what you're taking up when you're doing Instacart, but now I know what box it is. So if I ever see that box and it be Walgreens, it'll always be like CVS or Walgreens is typically like 2 or 3 items. It's never, you must be a freak. Or you're not a freak. You must be like a psychopath to purchase a lot of stuff at CVS or Walgreens. You're definitely a psychopath. You don't have no type of common sense. But yeah, if I ever see a CVS and it's like 2 or 3 items, I'm like, let me check it out before I do it. Because yeah, I had Plan B pills and birth control. No, I had a Plan B pill and a pregnancy test at the same time. I'm like, baby, pick or choose. Which one are you? Is it, if you need one of these, it might be too late for the other one. So if you still need the birth control, you still need the pregnancy test, you're most likely too late for the Plan B. Unless you're trying to, make sure she can get away with doing it again. Yeah, maybe. You never know. Look inside. You look inside. Oh, the order? Yeah, now I do for Walgreens. Yes. Well, I typically, like, for example, this week, I know I can get away with telling people we don't have water at the store. So I don't have a problem telling them, no, there's no water. I don't even have to take a picture. There's no water. No water in sight. So you're on your own. But typically, like if I stay near a military town, so sometimes I will have the town that I'm doing Instacart, it has yeah. But please don't do it. Just go to CVS if you have to go get yours. Don't do that to that person. Because don't do that. You said thanks for the hands up. But yeah, if it's like water, this week I'm not picking up no water. I'm sorry. You're on your own. You should go to the store and get your own water this week. Because we're not threatened with the hurricane, but typically we can get anything. Anything can happen. So, it baffles me now to see so many people like, we don't have this. I'm like, we get hurricanes every year. Some of them won't be strong. Some of them are strong. Some of them touch the lower part of the USA, and some of us touch the higher part. So again, we all shouldn't be aware. Like winter, if you stay in a certain town that we have winter, thank y'all. I will. I like I always say, make sure you have your flood insurance. If anybody's out here that's threatened with a hurricane, make sure you have your rental insurance, your home insurance, car insurance. Make sure you have those in play because maybe you just threw a lot of money down the drain if you don't. I'm talking to you, big bang. No, I'm just kidding. Let me stop. She look like the type that never mind. She does. She look like the type that she'll think about that at the last minute. Like, oh man, we don't got flood insurance. Yeah. She does. You know how she come on now. She look like it. And we just seen Jazz. Jazz went on a whole trip and don't have not a lick of milk in the house. Even though I think it's awkward. Maybe because you know what? Maybe because over the years, milk and meals don't taste good together. I don't know about y'all, but milk and meals don't taste good together. So yeah, when Jazz like, oh, the kids wanted milk with dinner, I was like, who drinks milk with dinner? But I know it's probably common back in the day, but yeah, we have a different taste palette. We drink water, juice, soda. We drink whatever we got in the house, okay? Now, if you want milk, I'm going to look at you crazy. Well, you know what? Alexa. I'm sorry. Lexus. I don't think this is people's first time having money. Yeah, I feel like that is Jazz. Not Jazz, but Peach first time making money. She might tell y'all all the time, we already had that, we done that, we went on trips, but then she'll come off and rebuttal it. Like, I don't know. Sometimes she don't be making sense. You know what? Um, you know what? That can possibly be, yeah, 700 a month. Ew. I mean, one time, you know, ooh, I make that. Now, King, I don't think she makes 2K. I think she makes, hold on. Now, it depends because per kid, per person now, I don't think Chris is on her food stamp claim. Let's be honest, I don't think so. And he could be, but it's like typically like 100, it's about 200 per person. I think that is in the state. Well, my state is 200 per person for food stamps. So she probably just touching 6 people, 1,200. That's still a lot of damn money for food for her kids to be like getting chump food here and chump food there. Okay. So either way, that's still a lot of money. So I'm gonna just go with yours. I think mine is 200. It could be something totally different, y'all. times 5. That's $1,250. There's no way that you can't even, she couldn't put at least $300 worth of meat. And that's kids that goes to school. And I think the child has to be 6. Now, I could be wrong, but in the state of North Carolina, PEBT, your child has to be 6. So her twins don't even get the PEBT. I could be very much wrong. And I can see that. I really can see that he sells those things. Jazz, just let me help you do 1 month. I bet you can let Chris sell the whole month. You give me 1 month, yeah, I'll have you stocked up. But then the previous couple of months, Chris will be you have to give Chris that money, okay? Yeah, so again, yeah, King. I don't think the twins are qualified for the PEBT. Yeah, and you're right. So if she gets the max, she's not balling over there. We're big balling over here. They're not balling. Shoot, it's hard. It's hard. And it makes me mad. And the price of food, it makes me mad seeing her go grocery shopping. Like, I'll be like, now, goodness well, you needed to go to Sam's. Talking about, I like shopping. I like shopping every week. No, you don't. Like, you don't shop like you like shopping every week. You shop because this is all you have. You know what? I'm going to say something. Okay, this is what she said in her thing when her and Chrissy was falling out, y'all. This, again, I'm a terrible liar. So if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I'm sorry. But she said I had wanted to apply. If you already put your contract, I'm feeling like, why are you looking for houses? You just put your house. Why are you looking for houses? Is there something going to be like she's going to move soon? Because why are you looking at houses talking about you about to put an application in for a house? And you know what? If they caught a whiff of her refrigerator, they could possibly kick her out. Definitely on, that section. Like, they're not playing. Like, Jazz. Yes, she did. She said it. She was like, oh, I saw Chrissy's house and I was thinking about putting an application in it. And I was like, that's creepy. I think I did a video on that. I was like, that's creepy as hell. I don't know about y'all, but that shit was creepy. Like, Chrissy, run, because she wants to live in your home. She won't and I'm not saying that the girl has demons, but she wants to live in your hell. That's creepy. You know what? It's not even about buying in bulk, because my kids don't eat as quick. And for example, my kids don't eat everything. So I had with the chips. You know how you buy chips at the store, and there's the regular grocery store at a typical Food Lion, Walmart, Harris Teeter. They have their boxes of 18 in a bag for like almost $15. I waste money buying that. So I just go to the little chip aisle by the counter and pick up all their chips that they like. And I spend about $10 to $15 and I'm still getting the same amount or a little bit more, but I'm getting what they like. So with certain things of buying that in bulk, of course I buy my butter in bulk, um, shrimp that we like eating shrimp here. Costco. Well, we have a Sam's Club and a BJ's, but their chicken wings, yeah. So I really don't buy in bulk. Besides my daughter's Nutella, and that's all. That's all. Yup, you're right. Jazz wants to wear Chrissy's skin and wear it on her birthday. I'm serious. Yes, she said it. She was like, I know where she lived at. Her house is up. And I was going to put an application into it. I'm like, girl, did you hear yourself? I don't think she heard herself, y'all. Mm-mm. She didn't hear it. Yeah. But you know what's so funny? Her subscribers come on my channel and tell me how disgusting or how I look like, oh, girl, you look ugly or you're ugly. I'm like, okay. But the person that you supporting wants to live in somebody else's house. Make that make sense. I see why y'all wake up early in the morning to come on my page. And you know what? This I think is her subscriber. I'm gonna point her out because I really don't F with her. Don't come on my channel or my pages trying to downplay nothing I do. I do it better than Jazz, okay? And I'm not even trying to. So, House of Jasmine, can you please get off my comments, okay? I'm just gonna just ask you that because I'm gonna spam your stuff, okay? Because I don't even think House of Jasmine likes Jasmine because everything she does better than Jasmine. All right. And she don't even try to downplay herself because that's all she does. She tried to outwin Jazz, just like Jazz and Chrissy try to do with each other, but it didn't work out. I can peep you. Okay. No, they're the crazies. They're from the movie Crazies. The crazies. Yep, they're from that. They're rejects from Walking Dead. They can't even get a spot on The Walking Dead in regular clothes. Just like the attention. See, I peeped out something. I think I went through a depression. I'm gonna tell y'all the truth. My depression was the fact that I lied to myself. And when people are depressed, I start noticing they lie typically a lot. And Jazz, I think her depression came from lying. She had a whole lie. And I just think that, with her being pregnant and her have to face being a single mom, that would depress me all the time. And what is your excuse? Like once upon a time, you had no excuse to not being in the house all the time. You choose not to you go anywhere. Chris didn't pull her out that house. She had to literally try to see what he was doing. I don't think Chris wanted her to go. And she's talking about, well, it was nice for us to go out. And y'all wasn't going nowhere. And her talking about being pregnant, it was just like cringing. Like, ew, girl, stop, dude. Liv is a different case. I can't point it out, but Liv is a different. We all see that Liv is a Looney Tune, but she's a different case. Like she's not. She's not a Jazz. Well, yeah, you're right. She was a tag along. She was 100% tagging. And he might even, but I seen a picture of like, what's that meme? They was like, if your man do this, you need to let him go. Like he was like, babe, can I just borrow $20 because until I get paid next week? And she said, that's what you said last week. And uh I did what she was buying stuff. He was putting stuff on the counter. Chris looked like he does that to his homeboys. When he was talking about that Houston trip, and he was like, "Yeah, we went to a house party." He just looked like he ain't have much money. And, his friends was like, "Yo, I got you." He was sitting there counting his dollar bills, like literally single dollar bills, not 20s. He's like the type that was counting his dollar bills, sharing food, like on the low, sharing food. He looked like the type. He just weird. You're depressed. There is help out here. You're right. I had to first. You have to learn how to stop lying. If that's lying to yourself, that's lying to people. Because I think depression is more than just a mental illness. I think it's something that calls you. I think it's self caused. I don't think it's a mental illness. I don't know. I mean, I understand, but there's something that's hindering your reality and your fantasy. That's something that I really feel like depression can hinder. I'm no doctor, but that's what I personally took out of it. Yeah, you're totally right. And I was watching this documentary. Well, I didn't watch the full thing. I haven't seen the full thing, but there was a doctor. It was a documentary, and it says, "What is a woman?" So I don't know if y'all. I think it's on. Gosh, I don't know that network, but it's on a certain network. And I was watching little pieces of it, and they was talking about depression, and they was talking about, you know, putting kids on certain pills, um blocking puberty and stuff like that, puberty blockers and stuff like that. And they was like, that's the only form of chemical depression that is when you putting something in your body that's causing your body to withdraw something that should take place naturally. And I understand that. I do, but Jazz seems like her depression is that she can't gain what she wants, what she comes out of her mouth. Her relationship with Chris did not move anywhere other than him making more rules for her. her channel is, I won't even say her channel is not doing well, because I don't know how channels do well or don't do well. But I would definitely say that she's about to come up with another depression video in like 8 more days. And you were like, how you know 8 days? She's very predictable. She about to come up with a video talking about she's depressed, she's overeating, and y'all talking about her weight. I mean, you the one that told everybody you was on a kick and you was dating. I'm sorry to hear about your mom. No, I do hope, one day, I always say one day we're gonna have to lose our loved ones. Um, we don't have to lose our loved ones. And I'm so thankful to have, and it's not being selfish, so please don't take it selfish. When I see people that do have lost their loved ones, it makes me want to treasure mine, because I don't know when mine is going to go away. And that's something I have to, like, okay, you don't know when it's your last time to call your mother, your fathers, and I say fathers, yeah, I do have those. I have lots of love. And I love a love-in-law. No, that's wrong. Another mother. Um, so it's like a grandpa, a aunt. It's so amazing to say, okay, I have another day, And it's just because people let he was like, I lost mine. You better treasure them. That's something I get mad about with Jazz as well. Like, treasure your parents. Okay? Don't call them when you need them. And I'm wow. Because it is. And sometimes, I hear people say, well, definitely her. She'll say, well, y'all the only ones that rock with me. And I'm like, girl, what? These are strangers. And not saying that none of your subscribers would never be close to you, but they're strangers. You get what I'm saying? Like, they don't know you like your family knows you. Your family don't want to deal with the foolishness. That's what it is. You get what I'm saying? But I told y'all, when I get talking, I just get talking. We don't really have like a set schedule. Sometimes you know what? I want to say thank y'all. Definitely you, Rochelle, and Love, and Alex. Thank y'all so much for rocking with me today. And Kevin and Sir. And I think I missed somebody. I forgot her name, y'all. Sorry. She was early this morning. King, Ebony. Don't want to get it wrong. Lisa. Thank y'all. Yeah. Because, trust me, I know it has to be hard. I know. That's good. Hey, girl, cook. 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 You know what? You can even, I found this out. You could do like private live streams. Like you can add certain people. Or you can do your live stream and then post it later. So if you don't want all eyes on you, you know what I'm saying? And I think this is also helping me while I'm trying to get to know my camera. I'm trying to learn my camera. Thank you, Messenger. I really appreciate that. Follow Jesus, turn from your sins. Time is running out. And trust me, I don't know if this is a troll. I hope you're not. But I do not run away from the word, okay? I could have, but hey, I do not run away from the word. But yeah, you just don't be scared. Don't be scared. Don't be scared. There's plenty of things that you could do. You can talk about it. And this one just, I had to get out of there. Because like I'm going start crazy because I don't know how to work my camera. Y'all, I don't know how to work that thing. I know how to work it, but I don't know how to work it to make editing. And y'all see my shorts. Okay, do I look like I'm good with editing? No, man. It's like, how many takes? There you go. I take like 500 takes. And my dad, he gets on here. He's like, oh, I just come on here to hit a like. And I'm like, okay, excuse me. Because it takes you too long. I was like, okay. Yeah, Miss Ebony, I do not play. When somebody say something, girl, I don't play. I don't play at all. I'll be like watching, like, what did I watch the other day? Okay, so I'm going to tell y'all a crazy thing about me, okay? I like watching old movies. Like, if it's like 90s, 80s, I'm watching it. And definitely if it's a story. So the movie I'm watching that we keep on replaying because I fall asleep on it is the Jim Jones story. So if y'all don't know Jim Jones, he's the creep that sent all the poor people. Well, I'm gonna say poor people because that's who he targeted at that time, was blacks, poor people, gays, single moms, elders, basically people that did not have much of a understanding of life, and he manipulated them to think the way he wants them to think, believe in what he wants them to believe. So if y'all don't know the story, his name is Jim Jones. So you can just type Jim Jones, not the rapper, but Jim Jones, the pastor, and you'll be like amazed about how he allowed all these people with, they might even had some type of educational backgrounds, and they was probably in wealthy families. You know what I'm saying? So I'm watching the movie, and yes, and why today my family do not serve Kool-Aid at no functions, like zero functions. They don't drink Kool-Aid at all, okay? But it's just like I'm watching this and I'm like, oh my gosh, this man got away with everything. Yes. I was like, how in the world? So I'm telling y'all, I watch documentaries. So the Dahmer show is interesting to me because I'm laughing at it. I'm not like, oh my gosh, because I know the story. Okay. But now you can watch something, you can laugh at it like, what kind of retard would do that? Who would go back to the house with a stranger? But needless to say, but I'm watching the documentary, like the live people, like Jim Jones, His son is fine, y'all. I don't know if I'm supposed to do that. I was like, ooh, that's your daddy. He fine. Like I okay. But he's like 900 years old now. Okay. But it needs to say, um, he, I'm watching the documentary and I'm listening to these people like talk about him now. Like they're saying, hey, he used us. There's people that survive the Kool-Aid stage. There's people that was in a different area. There's people in a different area that's supposed to been there, but they did not make it with God, the grace of God. That's what it is. It's the grace of God. God wanted somebody to testify about this man and how not, what signs to look for when you dealing with people like this, because there's so many people that will, you gotta be careful of these pastors. Like, you gotta be careful because they know how to manipulate you. Okay. So that's all I'm gonna say is there was people that were saved with grace, because at the end of the day, everybody's supposed to have died, and everybody's supposed to have died, not just the ones in the camp. They was waiting for the people to, they was waiting for the people to go on a plane to attack them. So at the end of the day, so I'm watching the Jim Jones and I'm sitting there like laughing, like, come on now. You just gonna let this crazy man take all your money? Just gonna let this man have, come on now. Yes, I watched something on that, and I believe it was a documentary on here on YouTube. Yes. I love documentaries. And it's like, for example, like I watched one. Okay, so I'm watching this movie on HBO. It's called Normal Hearts. And basically it's about Larry Crane. Larry Crane is I guess he was a writer in New York and when the AIDS epidemic happened. And I'm sitting here like, okay. I'm watching this movie. I'm getting upset now because I'm like, okay, so basically everybody was telling, the community to stop having sex. And they was like, no, this is our freedom. We can love who we want when we love them. But this is your issue because we still want to love. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I'm trying to understand their freedom. Like literally, I'm trying to understand. I don't understand it. So I'm watching this documentary. Now, after I'm finished watching the Normal Hearts, I'm watching Patient Zero. Baby, this made me so mad. Like so mad. Like when I tell you those doctors sat with this community and like in so many places and say, hey, you're gonna have to stop A, B, C, D, E, F, G. And these people were still trying to test their boundaries. Like, well, you have 6 cases of females that had them, and then the doctors would really tell them, like, no, they had ABC, they was pregnant, they had a blood transfusion. These women are doing drugs that y'all doing as well, So again, this is coming from this community. But the main person that was passing along to everybody was like trying to rebuttal it as much as possible instead of just like, hey, I am the main person that's giving everybody, this disease. And I was mad. Like, sometimes these documentaries make you mad. But I'll be honest with you, the best TV documentary movie is probably my favorite person in the world. Don't think I'm crazy. But Betty Rockridge. I'm sorry. I love it. I love the Dear John one. I love the Meryl. What was her name? Braxton? Was that Braxton? Braxton? I love that one. I'll sit there on any rainy, cold Saturday. I don't have nothing to do. I will watch all 3 hours of it, probably back to back. And then I watch the series on Dirty John. Like, yup, he gets that. Yup. I love that. I really do. I'll be like, yup, he deserved that. Yup, yup, yup. Do that to him. Yup. Get him. Get him. But, but let's see. No. Is that a movie or documentary? Ouch! Do not do that to the community. Stop it. Mr. Kevin Edge, stop it. Monkeypox is a touching disease. We all know that. And I'm mad at that. I don't know if y'all ever seen like not the commercials. It's like news reports. I need to watch it. See, you know what? Kids have too much privilege today. Back in the day, if y'all only had one TV. I'm an 85 baby. My mom only had one TV. Okay. I don't know why. I don't know how. We all survived with one TV. Okay. Can you imagine your little brother wants to play the Nintendo and y'all only got like 3 hours for freedom of TV and his 3 hours is fully on the Nintendo? Yes. So when your mom comes home, it was stories or Lifetime. Okay. Stories or Lifetime. That's all we live by. And then by that time, we had the TV guide. That TV guide stayed on at least about 96% of the time at my house. Okay, you could never change it. I don't know why, but we just could never change it. But Lifetime, like if I get a good Lifetime movie that I love, I'm watching. I'm watching it over and over. Like I will probably tonight. I probably want to go watch 15 and Pregnant. I don't know if y'all ever seen that. That was the first Teen Mom. Like we were so excited about seeing that. We were like, "Oh my god! Oh, I watched 15 and Pregnant," and I was like, "What?" Yeah, that was our original first first Teen Mom movie that we had. Okay, that was our very first time. I'm serious. That was our first. Y'all think these kids had Teen Mom was the bomb? No, we had a Lifetime movie. Okay, 15 and Pregnant. That was our junk when we was kids. But yeah, these kids they have it. Okay. My kids be like, "Mom, did you pay your Netflix?" Don't worry, I'll call Granny. Granny, can I get your Netflix, please? Yes. And when that movie came out with Kristen Dunst, that was like a scare. Okay, we were scared of that. But 15 and Pregnant, these kids was getting pregnant left and right and calling MTV. They was getting pregnant left and right. Hey, I'm 15 and I'm pregnant. My butt was like, really? Y'all had a movie that scared us. Okay, did you remember that? They had movies that scared us. There was this She's Too Young. That scared me. When I seen it, that scared me. I'm like, oh no, I'm never having. That scared me. The whole class, the whole school had syphilis. The whole school had syphilis. Yes, that scared me. Y'all now y'all got kids be like, it's my body. I do what I want to do with my body. Not the electricity. Yeah. Yes, the whole school had it. Because all the kids went to this one guy's party, and everybody had it. So everybody had to get their tests. They had to get tested for it. And the mom was like, she was outraged, like, oh my gosh, how these kids get it? And what was they doing? What was you thinking? So, of course, I was scared to go into a house party because I was afraid. I knew who I was. I know what we had to do to get the syphilis, but I was not trying to do it. And then when I got my older years, I was wretched. It was crazier. Like what? That's the reason why I told y'all when I saw the movie the Dahmer show, I laughed because I'm like, who does that? Who be like with a group of friends? Who be with a group of friends and then leave with the crazy man? We have a rule. We was here together. We went together. We leave together. That's our rule. Okay. And if you want to do something, you better go behind that dumpster, Jasmine. No, I'm just kidding. Yes, I'm gonna be honest with you. I love me a good Lifetime movie, but now these Lifetime movies, they suck. They suck. Like I do want to get Lifetime for one thing, and that's for the story of the flower in the attic. I want to see the show. That's it. No, I just want to see the show because there's that cute guy that played on White Queen, Edward. He's in it. That's the only reason why I watch shows. Yes, and it's the acting is terrible. I don't know what's worse, Tyler Perry or Lifetime. I don't know who's worse. And if you're a Tyler fan, I'm sorry, but his acting, I'm sorry. I don't care. I can't get into Sisters. I can't get into Has Not Had. Oh, girl, I can't get into nothing. But his old time plays, I can get into. I can watch those and be like, okay, this is a good, but yeah. So I'm gonna ask y'all. I don't know if y'all was here yesterday. Have y'all seen any of the movies of Mahalia Jackson? It's not even the acting. It's not. Okay, so the show Meet the Pains. That was a very good show. Okay, Meet the Pains until Keisha Pummins came on there, and that's when the show went downhill because I don't think she's a very good actress. And also, who's that other person? What's that other show I used to like? And of course, when Tam and David Maines have their show, they can carry it, and it's really good. I forgot. Is it Meet the Browns? Him. It might be Meet the Browns, but the one at the nursing home, I'm not keen to it. But it just, yeah, when they had those people acting, I enjoyed it. I really did. I really enjoyed it. But And his movies, it got weird. His movies got weird. And I'm sorry. I just feel like going by the book. I know this is a new wave, but sometimes I be feeling like he likes to push the mafia community and all his shows, and it's very uncomfortable. I don't know about y'all. It's like listening to your grandparents or some elder in your family talk about doing a nasty. It's just weird to me. It's awkward. I'm like, boy, if you don't just keep up with, finding a way to get through the day or the show without all that extra. It's just me. Is it when she had her nieces because her mom passed away? And I'm so tired of the children SV on all his shows. It's like weird. Very weird. We get it after. We get it. We get it. We understand it. After two. After two, we get it. Oh, I didn't see that one. Yeah, I'm serious. I stopped watching him after Family Reunion. I was like, oh, this reminds me of Women's of the Mad Diary. Yeah. No, I didn't see that. I gave up on Tyler very long ago. And now he got this new one on Netflix. I'm like, ooh, I still see Shamar's wigs, okay? I still see Shamar wigs on here. I pass. But Ryan Murphy is probably one of the people that's killing it on these streets. Even though he's weird, but he can carry a storyline. Maybe about 2 or 3 seasons. That's it. That's all his shows really need. And that's just me being nice. Like he does the American Horror Story. And he did the American Crimes. But obviously we know American Stories kind of, and it's like another one. He got another one. So it's different. So how's your lasagna turned out, love? But there's some things I just can't watch. But I did want to. What's the movie that I wanted to see like this weekend? I think it's like an Asian movie. I kind of like those Netflix Asians movies. Like what is it? Squid Game. I love those. My daughter be getting me. I'm like, girl, I gotta read, but it'd be good. Oh, okay. I have this debate with one of my friends. Do you cook your lasagna or do you get the noodles oven ready? I don't cook my raw lasagna because I guess there's too much sauce in my pan. Like I'll have it saucy and it cooks with the cheese stuff and it's tender. And she's like, ew, you don't cook your noodles? But I don't know. When I taste hers was like, um, I'm gonna be nice. They taste overdone. The noodles just taste mm, Like she could have just cooked it in the oven. Like you know how some people they cook their macaroni and cheese now in the just in the oven with some water and no, they just use milk cheese and then they spread it around, but it don't taste like that. Okay, yeah, and maybe because mine's when I make my lasagna, it takes about an hour and 15 minutes tops to cook it. So I don't know if that boiling one your minutes is less than mine. So I'm not for sure, but I do know that hers was a little soggy, and I don't like soggy noodles. So I don't know. Well, I think tonight I'm going to have y'all. I do pickle on Jazz a lot, so y'all probably will see a short tonight. I pick on her quite often. Um, I'm going to have nachos, and this is representing her nachos that she said I didn't know it's going to be this big. I'm like, girl, you got the large size. I didn't know it's gonna be this big. No, we having nachos tonight. And I might make a side of chicken tips. Was it flaps? Not the flax. The tips. And I might make some chicken tips for the kiddos. That's all they can eat. No, I'm just kidding. But I am about to run. Y'all ladies been a pleasure. Hey, I forgot that girl's name. I think her name was Pink. I didn't know she was a troll at first. I just left it alone, but she's been hitting me hard early in the morning. You hear me? Every morning, she got something to say to me. Every morning. But I'm going to let y'all beautiful ladies go. And we'll have a topic tomorrow. Hopefully, I can make it on time tomorrow. But we'll have a topic and we'll talk about it. But y'all have a lovely day. And thank y'all for rocking with me. Thank y'all so much. And I'm going to see how I can get mods. But Rochelle and Love King, would y'all like to be my mods? I don't have trolls at this time. So it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I just want to ask y'all, can I mod y'all? So thank y'all again. Y'all have a wonderful night. Love. Love.